Advisor. Any and all content provided by me contains my own speculative opinion on the market. As such, this content should not be used to make trading or investment decisions. The market is extremely volatile, and the decisions you make should be based on your own due diligence. If you should make a trade or investment decision based off the speculative content that we provide, this disclaimer legally relinquishes me from any and all responsibility. Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. Trading in any market is extremely risky, and you should conduct your own research and analysis prior to making trading or investment decisions. Well. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Thursday evening / Friday morning, whatever you want to view it as. And we are back once again for another edition of the daily live stream. Welcome. I hope everybody is well. I don't have much else to say. I think I want to hop into this analysis. I think everybody is more interested in what's going on in the markets rather than just me rambling on about pointless BS and yada, yada, yada. So I'm just going to kick it off real quick and go ahead and start with, you guessed it, NASDAQ. We're going to go ahead, check it out. Let's see. Oh, man, look at that. Closing on new all-time highs. Doesn't that TA mumbo-jumbo just work perfectly? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does work sometimes. Sometimes it does work. Look at that. Price action remaining above, the yellow 21 exponential here. Again, that exponential being my main driver for my strategies here, which is why it's the only exponential on my chart right now. We do have some levels to be aware of. Printing new all-time highs on NASDAQ today, breaking this prior all-time high level. I am going to be looking for a little bit of a pullback to confirm this as a new tentative support, or await a second candle closure above this new tentative support to confirm the move. Upon which I will look for extensions all the way up to the one spot 272, somewhere around 15,470. Unless we, break through, put in a top here, I'm not going to be looking for any significant downside price action. Looking at RSI back into the bullish control zone once again, printing a series of higher lows, continuing its higher low structure here. Looking like the exponential has been forced back to a little bit of a positive stature here. So I do like that read here, and very bullish from a long-term and short-term viewpoint here. Very bullish. I don't really have more to say other than that. I'm going to be looking for extensions on this and likely the other markets as well. Stochastics here deep in the critical zone once again. Bullish. I'm bullish as shit here. I like this kind of this read here. This is just another sign of massive bullish strength here in this market. Very exciting stuff to see here for NASDAQ, again, as we do see new all-time highs being printed. Until we see candle closures below the L21 exponential, I'm not going to be looking for any major significant pullbacks. However, a little bit of a pullback to test this region as support, maybe even a little bit lower. Maybe see price action wick down to this region here would not be out of the question. Again, prepare for everything and expect nothing, right? So, there are a couple of, sub-levels here to be aware of as far as NASDAQ's price action is concerned. But overall, I mean, the momentum is, in my opinion, to the upside. I mean, the oscillators are telling you as such. RSI and stochastics here, very telling of price action movement here. And again, as long as price action remains above this 21 exponential, I'm not going to be looking for any kind of significant pullback. I'm going to be looking for all-time highs to continue onwards and upwards. I did not expect them to print so early, to be quite honest with you. I really thought maybe we'd see a little bit more consolidation within this region for a little while longer, but there's no time for this market, right? There's no time to be lazy on this market. That's why you got to be focused on what the price is doing at all given times, because there are so many signals all the time being given, and this is just a beautiful one. New all-time highs being printed here. Again, I'm going to be looking for extension to one spot 272 as a result. That's where I'm going to leave NASDAQ. Very simple stuff in my opinion. Now, if we do see capitulation, open and closure below the L21 exponential, the next target to the downside is going to be roughly 14,600, give or take. And if we see price action take that region out, I think we do have the telltale sign of a legitimate reversal, but that's a little bit of hindsight trading. I want to stay away from hindsight trading. We'll move on to SPY futures. I wonder if... Ooh, price action right on all... Well, actually, new all-time highs. Yeah, okay. Closure 44.15. Closure 44.21. That's technically new all-time highs. Breaking the all-time high resistance here. Go ahead and adjust that and make sure it's legit. Yeah, seeing a little bit of price action pullback to potentially test and confirm this as new tentative support here. Not out of the question. If that is confirmed, in my opinion, the next move will be likely somewhere around the 272. 4,500 is going to be my next target for this one to the upside. And again, same principles apply as long as we're above the 21 exponential here. I have no reason to think this is going to reverse to the downside again. We we want to wait for confirmation, right? We want to wait for price action to prove to us that there is indeed going to be a reversal. Looking at the stochastics here, very bullish indeed, bouncing while in the critical zone here, moving the momentum further onwards and upwards here. I like this kind of action because it just signifies that the bears didn't have any chance whatsoever to force this market to the downside. Stochastics remaining deep in the bullish critical zone here. I do like that read. RSI in the bullish control zone here. It is consolidating a little bit to the downside maybe, but still in bullish control zone. I'd like to see the confirmation of this region as support and then a rip, right? I want to see RSI remain in the bullish control zone, if not print new highs in the bullish control zone. That'll be a telltale sign that this is a legitimized move, that there is market agreement here. Nonetheless, new all-time highs. Same principles apply to the downside. The 21 exponential is kind of my my take here, an open and closure below the 21 exponential, and I'll be looking at this red horizontal right around 43.10, spot 75 to be the next target for price action to the downside. And outside of that, massively bullish. I am massively bullish until proven otherwise. We'll move on to Dow Jones Industrial Average here. Still no new all-time highs here, although we do have that one crucial signal here from stochastics, seeing the bearish momentum wane off a little bit, and starting to see a little bit of a bounce up from a stochastics read in the bullish critical zone. Love that read. Price action still consolidating. We don't have a break to the upside or a break to the downside, so the disposition remains the same until we see a candle body closure above the all-time high ceiling right around 35,160. I will not be looking for that extension, but if we do get the closure above there, I always want to wait for confirmation, either a back test to bounce off of this and confirm it as support with a closure, or just another general green candle to the upside to confirm that this is a true breakout to the upside. This was a little bit of a fake out signal here the other day with that slight closure below the 21 exponential, but the fact that we didn't really break the level heavily, proves that consolidation is the main disposition right now. And again, consolidation is going to be consolidation until it's not, right? And either we're looking for a break to the upside or a break to the downside, and confirmation of either one here. So again, the 21 exponential still my main outlier. Again, we got this body closure below it, but I wanted to see an open and a closure below it as well for confirmation. We did not get that. We got a nice bounce up off the 21 exponential here. So I am inclined to look for a little bit of price action increase at the bare minimum to the resistance coming in the next couple of days, right around 35,160. And again, if we do break, this will be the next target, in my opinion, 36,200 to the downside. If the yellow 21 breaks, I'm going to be looking for much more significant pullbacks. This being my first, kind of laggard of a target here, right around 34,450, give or take a few bucks, would be my first general target if we got confirmation, right? Again, confirmation, open and closure below the 21 is what I would be looking for to signify confirmation, in my opinion. Goddamn love water. Getting that good old H2O. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Well, actually, I didn't cover RSI. Let's see what the RSI is doing. Free money. Yeah, RSI printing another higher low here. Is this a low? I mean, it's a lower low technically. Technically, maybe you could consider this a little bit of a downtrend, but price action still it's consolidation, and it's consolidation. Printing a little bit of a higher low structure on the RSI does give me the implication that price action moving to the upside is more likely. But again, I want to see resistance break alongside that exponential being broken, forcing that exponential back to a positive slope. That'll be my tell that price action push to the upside is more likely, in my opinion. But more or less consolidation until proven otherwise, and until proven otherwise, that's kind of how I'm going to be looking at it. I'm curious as to how Dixie's doing today. Is it continuing? It is continuing. We got right now price action's above the 21 exponential. I'm curious. Excuse me. I'm curious to see if this does actually confirm a closure above there, at which point, once again, I will be looking for this, the next day to open and close above there for confirmation. If we do get that condition met, this region right here will be my next target for the U.S. dollar index, somewhere around 92.55, give or take, a few cents. That'd be my next general target for this one. Stochastics bouncing off that long, that trend line, confirming it as a trend line, bouncing through, continuing onwards and upwards, deeper into the bearish control zone here. This is, in my opinion, this is a pretty damn good signal here for the U.S. dollar index. Yeah, we got an uptrend, you guys. Definitely have an uptrend, and more to the point here. Here's your low. Here's another low. Here's another low. Right. We got a series of rising lows right now with a lot of big bull wicks being forced off of these support levels here, and continuation drive to the upside as a result. I do like this price action. Does this bode well for the rest of the market? No, not necessarily. Not in my opinion. The further price action on this goes up, the more and more concerned for the markets that I trade. I'm going to be concerned as far as the bullish perspective is concerned, and we'll tie that along with Bitcoin here, because it does seem Bitcoin is trading pretty much the same trend as the U.S. dollar index. This one's putting in an uptrend. Bitcoin's putting in an uptrend, confirmed actually at 8 p.m. yesterday, technically, on the 5th. But we'll get more into that. Continuation is my laggard, unless I do see this 21 exponential continue to act as resistance. But a closure above there is a pretty damn good sign that we have likely continuation onwards and upwards to this region right here, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave the Dixie, the Dixie chart here. Rejection of this, not necessarily a death sentence in my opinion. I would actually wait for a reversal signal or a top call before I make any kind of disposition to the downside. We could see rejection again on this, but the pressure, in my opinion, is to the upside. RSI kind of trading a little slower than stochastics here. Got that break above the 50 read here. I'm still looking for that break above the exponential, and I do believe if we get a closure here or higher, RSI will likely initiate that cross to the upside, confirming positive momentum for the U.S. dollar index. So that's where I'm gonna leave the Dixie chart here. We'll move on. Let's check out the Hall of Fame. Pity bounce. Definitely a pity bounce. We had the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio today. That could be a contributing factor to the positive price action here today. We are technically above resistance. However, this is an inconsequential level in my opinion. This is the one I'm more focused on, the $3.05 region, and we did see rejection of that zone here today. We do have a low call though on the RSI. I am curious to see what price action does as a result, but we do see the exponential being forced slightly to a positive slope. I am inclined to look for continuation. I do wonder if this is the major low before seeing a little bit of an uptrend. But again, given my own strategy here, the 21 exponential is the absolute most important factor in my opinion. Again, from my perspective, from my strategies, I'm always looking at the 21. And what's going to convince me of more price action movement to the upside is, again, an open and closure above that yellow 21. We have not gotten that. We actually saw rejection of that region here today. Downtrend continuation likely is the result in my opinion. Maybe we see a little bit of a pump up to this region here, $3.05. That wouldn't be out of the question. And closure above there, I would be inclined to look for another test of the yellow 21. However, maybe we just go into a consolidation phase here. Again, RSI is in the bearish neutral zone, and stochastics getting ready to give you a decent. There's a couple of different viewpoints on this one. We do see this exponential here still gaining positive momentum, and the stochastics, doing a little bit of creepy, crawly, scary shit. I really thought here on yesterday's candle closure, breaking that level, but nice little bounce off that positively sloped exponential. Maybe we do see this being a major low here before price action continues onwards and upwards, the same disposition, in my opinion, still matters. We did break this this low here. We did print a new low. So I am inclined to look for price action to go into this box at some point until proven otherwise. And me being proven otherwise would be a closure above that yellow 21 exponential. So that's kind of how I'm looking at the Hall of Fame right now. And I think one of the requests was MMAT short term. We're actually going to do Bitcoin first. Nice little pullback. After confirming this is an uptrend. It is an uptrend until proven otherwise. And putting in a top here wouldn't be necessarily the greatest thing, but I do believe that, we're seeing a little bit of, tests of support. I am going to be looking for this candle to close above this region here to confirm it as support. If not, I will be inclined to look for a little bit of a pullback again to that yellow 21 exponential, and maybe we do have, the precipice of a downtrend in formation here. Momentum oscillators definitely paint a different picture than the trend that's being printed on the chart here. We do see stochastics breaking that critical level here, that one critical read that tells me it's time to short. Seeing stochastics and the exponential break back into the bullish control zone out of the critical zone here. RSI still looking pretty decent, in my opinion. Seeing that boom, right? Seeing that that little downside sell-off here. Confirm the positively sloped exponential as support, and I'm going to be looking at this as support until proven otherwise. A closure below this region, I would look for a pullback to the yellow 21. However, if we do find this region as support, I will look for extension to the resistance here, the major resistance, the main resistance in my disposition, right around 42,350. As this is, from a wick basis, a major resistance level here. Got a lot of touches, right? Got a lot of touches. So this region here and this region here is a very, very, very big level in my opinion. And price action up here is likely to be met with staunch resistance. Man, it's fucking hot in here. Jesus. I do apologize. It's a little warm in here today. Oof. That's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. I'm actually just looking for price action to do what it does. I am in an active position. I entered right on the 21 exponential here because obviously I wasn't trading the 21 exponential until I made my decision to stop being a dumbass and trade a simpler way. That way I could understand a strategy, memorize it, master it, and move on to a different strategy. This is a strategy that I will be using for the foreseeable future. And I hope to, grab some exponential gains from this strategy as a result. Obviously, using horizontal support and resistance as risk management points, take profit points, and adding 2 position points. So, if we do see, a touch of the yellow 21 exponential, I might be inclined to add to my position a little bit. I wouldn't see a reason why not. Again, until we get an open and closure below the 21 exponential, I see this as bullish momentum. We do have an uptrend confirmed with a higher high and a higher low. So I am more inclined to be looking at this as a little bit of a soft pullback, maybe to test this region as support. Before continuing onwards and upwards. I am generally biased towards the upside. Stochastics. I saw something on stochastics here today that really caught my attention. Let's stop fucking up right now. I thought I saw a little bit of momentum waning. Nah, momentum's pretty sharp to the downside. I do have the bottom side marked out because we could see stochastics come to this region and curl back up again, assuming that this uptrend continues. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend. I'm not inclined to guess that the trend is going to immediately end as soon as it begins. I could be proven wrong, but the fact that we have an uptrend, I'm trading the uptrend, right? I'm going for bullish momentum. I'm going for the deeper $40,000 targets and the early $50,000 targets on this move here. So I'm being patient. I'm taking my time. I'm managing my risk along the way. Yellow 21 being the underlying contributing factor to my positions here, and I'm just going to manage it accordingly until price action proves me otherwise to the downside. That's my disposition to the downside. A touch of the 21 could happen once again, and a break above the resistance is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking for this region here to act as support. And if it doesn't, that's where I'll be looking for the 21 exponential to be tested once again. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave Bitcoin for now. I do think MMAT was a... Man, it's hot in here. Short term, fucking down. Short term. Let's go ahead and do... Let's start with the hourly first. See what the hourly tells us. Ooh, yeah, the hourly is definitely telling me more downside is likely. We do have a little bit of a support here. But we got a sharp rejection after seeing price action move above the 21 exponential, forcing price action back below the 21 exponential. Yes, the 21 exponential does work on other time frames. It's just the most powerful on the daily, right? Looking at the 21, though, multiple candle closures below the 21, acting as new resistance here. I am inclined to look for a target all the way down to $3.06. Give me 1 second. I gotta stretch. Yeah, hourly doesn't look good. Hourly looks like it wants to come down, still maintaining control in the bearish critical zone. Yeah, we have a positively sloped exponential, but we're starting to see that curl over a little bit as pressure comes to the downside. Stochastics giving you a better tell too. Rejecting. This is a rejection of the bearish control zone. It would be interesting to see if this comes back into the bearish critical zone or not, but I am inclined to look for targets to the downside on an hourly. Yeah, this is my first target to the downside. I am inclined to think price action moves down to about $3.06 on the hourly. And if we break $3.06, $2.80 could be the next target here for MMAT. 4 hour, let's see how the 4 hour looks. Yeah, 4 hour doesn't look good either. I'm inclined to look for downside price action. 4 hour RSI. Not looking strong. Yeah, we do have rising lows here, but it doesn't look strong. This doesn't look strong at all. Not at all whatsoever. Actually looks like it wants to start breaking into the bearish control zone here, while the 4 hour stochastics is in the bearish critical zone. Not looking good. This is not healthy. All the pressure, all the momentum is to the downside for MMAT. And yeah, that's kind of the target that I'm going to be looking for, even on the 4 hour here, is about $3.08. We'll just round it to $3 even. That's kind of what I'm looking for MMAT. Daily, kind of the same thing. I think this is bearish on every time frame here. Yeah, nice little consolidation phase right now, but the pressure is on to the downside with a rejection of the bottom of the bullish or bearish control zone with a nice momentum cross to the downside, forcing the exponential back to a negative slope. The momentum is down, in my opinion. RSI, though, printing a little bit counter trend to stochastics here, crossing the negatively sloped exponential. Doesn't mean shit, in my opinion. I don't think RSI is the one to follow on this one, to be quite honest with you. Stochastics are really getting a decent read, a decent signal here. I am looking for downside continuation. The fact that we're below this region on a daily, I will be looking for $2.70 to be my next target for price action over the next few days, maybe a couple of weeks. And that's kind of how I'm looking at MMAT. Fubo, short to medium term. So we'll do 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. A little bit of a shorter stream today, which isn't a bad thing. Kind of wish I had more requests. You know what I'm saying? So looking at Fubo here, it's consolidating. We're definitely in a consolidation period right now. I'm going to go ahead and move this level to the downside. 21 exponential, giving me a decent signal, to be quite honest with you. We got that, and this is why it works so well. We get an open and closure below, and this could have been a really good time to put in a short. Right now you'd be up 10% if you rolled in that short. The fact that we're below the 21 exponential, I am biased to the downside. Looking at stochastics here, another nasty read, rejecting the top side of the bearish control zone. RSI trading a little counter trend, pointing a little bit up. It did print a new low, so that is a little concerning. I am curious to see if this price action continues onwards and upwards. If we see a closure on the daily above the 21 exponential here, I want to see an open and closure after that signal is confirmed to confirm actual momentum to the upside, at which point I would be targeting moves all the way back up to this region here at about $30.65. And to the downside, consolidation is kind of the general disposition. The fact that we're under the 21 exponential, I am inclined to look for price action to pump back to the downside near 24.65 to continue this consolidation phase here. If we do see a candle closure below 24.65, I will look for a back test to confirm this as new tentative resistance before looking for a move all the way down to 22 bucks here. Not looking healthy in my opinion. It did have some momentum here, very, very powerful momentum to the upside, but if you when in doubt, pull out. And when you pull out, this is a downtrend. You got your first high here followed by a lower high. These being, this being your swing high here, and then this being another swing high. So if we get continuation to the downside, longer term downtrend continuation is likely the disposition for this one. Mr. Fubo not looking good. He did ask for short-term time frames, so we're going to go for the hourly and the 4 hourly. All right, so the hourly looks like it's looking like it suggests a little bit of upside, to be quite honest with you. But a little bit of hourly change of behavior, not too critical if you're looking from a long-term perspective. I would look for a move on the hourly, maybe back up to this region here at 26.70. Maybe even up to 27.70, but that's pushing in my opinion. Again, the 21 exponential strategy works very well on the daily. I try not to use it on lower term time frames because it's lower term time frames are so choppy. You get a lot of false signals, especially on something like the hourly here. But the hourly, in my opinion, does suggest a little bit more upside. Stochastics looking at a little bit of waning momentum here. Across back into the bullish critical zone will negate my thesis for a little bit of hourly upside here. RSI, though, suggests a little bit more upside, seeing that 50 read act as new tentative support. Yeah, I would be inclined to say the hourly has a little bit of upside. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but if I was trading it, I would be looking for a little bit of upside, from a shorter term time frame perspective. Let's see what the 4 hours telling us. Yeah, short-term time frame got that closure above the 21 exponential. I am inclined to look for a little bit of a move back up, maybe to this region here, 27 bucks on the 4-hour time frame. We do have a 4-hour stochastics cross to the upside. I will be more confident on this cross once we see the exponential gain positive momentum here. But from a 4-hour perspective, yeah. 4-hour even suggests a little bit up, except for the RSI, seeing a little bit of weakening upside momentum here after the fresh cross of the exponential. Exponential is positively sloped, so maybe we see a little bit of a back test, confirmative support before ripping to the upside. However, we do see this consolidation phase here in the bearish neutral zone, so I am more inclined to think that maybe this isn't fully going up. We do have a low, but it is. It's basically matched up with with these two lows here, so not too sure what to think about that other than what the signals are telling me. I am inclined to see to potentially see a little bit of upside until proven otherwise. However, from a longer term perspective, I do think the general thesis is down until we see a closure, an open enclosure above the 21 exponential here. I'm not going to be looking for major bullish momentum. I'm actually going to be looking for price action to potentially test this region. Yeah, the 21 exponential looks like a solidified testing region here, but I'm going to be looking for this to act as resistance unless proven otherwise coming into the next couple of days. So that's going to do it for Fubo, and I think that's going to do it for the stream, everybody. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching the stream. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. All of those actions really help the channel grow. We've been stuck at 50 members for about a month now. I'm a little frustrated with the lack of traction, but I come here and I still grind it out every day for the ones that we do have. So if you do watch the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, tick that little bell. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It will help the channel grow. And if the channel grows equals more opportunity for those who are a part of the community. So we do have a lot of plans for the future, but I want to wait until I get I want to wait until I hit that 1,000 member road target here before I start to unveiling the big projects here for the YouTube channel. But that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. I love everyone that's in the community. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.